What you need to know about Reach plc and Derbyshire Live, the truth behind the news. Reach plc is a big company that owns many newspapers across the UK, including Derbyshire Live, which many people in Derbyshire read every day. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you might not know about, and it's important for everyone to understand what this means for the news you trust. They've paid out millions because of wrongdoing. Reach plc has had to pay out over £100 million to people who were hurt by the company's bad actions. These actions include illegal phone hacking, where journalists listen to people's private voicemails without permission, and other privacy breaches. Famous people like Prince Harry and Kate Winslet were among those who received money because their privacy was invaded. Reach plc owns Derbyshire Live, your local news source. But here's the problem. The company doesn't always report on its own mistakes or problems. They tend to keep quiet about issues involving their own staff or company, which means you might not be getting the full story when you read their newspapers. Yes, Reach plc has faced challenges and criticism for publishing inaccurate articles, including those involving individuals and their families. According to the Independent Press Standards Organisation, IPSO, annual statement and other reports, Reach plc has been called out for inaccuracies in some of its articles where not all allegations were properly verified or put to the subjects before publication. The company's own code of practice emphasizes that everyone is entitled to respect for their privacy and a fair opportunity to respond to inaccuracies when reasonably called for. However, there have been instances where this standard was not fully met, leading to complaints and regulatory scrutiny. This issue highlights ongoing concerns about journalistic ethics and accuracy within Reach plc's publications, including its regional titles like Derbyshire Live. They're more focused on making money than telling the truth. To pay off the huge amounts of money they owe from these legal cases, Reach plc is selling lots of advertising space in their newspapers. This means the papers are more interested in making money than in giving you honest, trustworthy news. So, the news you read might be influenced by what advertisers want, not what's really important or true. What this means for you. If you read Derbyshire Live or any other Reach plc newspaper, it's worth remembering that the company has a history of unethical behavior and may not always be upfront with you. The news might sometimes be biased or incomplete because of the company's financial pressures and past mistakes. Reach plc, the publisher of Derbyshire Live, has implemented a strict editorial policy that prohibits journalists from adding unauthorized links to third-party commercial websites, specifically to prevent spam and maintain editorial integrity. Policy details: zero tolerance for unauthorized commercial links. Reporters at Reach titles, including Derbyshire Live, have been informed that adding links to commercial sites without explicit pre-approval from a content editor is a disciplinary matter that could result in dismissal. Purpose: the policy was tightened in response to incidents involving freelance reporters adding links to inappropriate sites, like escort agencies and casinos, and efforts by SEO marketers to secure links for the commercial clients within articles. Approved links: the only links generally permitted without extra checks are those to other Reach plc articles or web pages, approved affiliate marketing lists, or original news sources, like the BBC or Reddit, for attribution purposes. Terms and conditions: the terms and conditions for users of the Derbyshire Live website also explicitly prohibit posting, advertising or promotional materials including spam, email, in user-generated content. User experience: despite the company's internal efforts, some readers have commented on the large volume of integrated advertisements and general ads on the website, with some describing the user experience as poor and bombarding them with ads and spam. Derby Crown Court typically sentences around 20 to 30 people to custody each month. However, recent reports indicate that only about 5 to 7 cases are being publicly disclosed by the probation service. Even more concerning, the local newspaper, Derbyshire Live, appears to be selectively reporting on crime, choosing which cases to publish and which to omit. This lack of transparency and incomplete coverage means the public is not getting the full picture of crime and justice in their community. In conclusion, it is evident that the public is not receiving genuine news coverage. Instead, what often appears as news is, in reality, advertising content cleverly disguised to serve commercial interests. This lack of transparency undermines the very foundation of trustworthy journalism. As consumers of news, we must demand accountability and insist on integrity from those who deliver our information. It is imperative that the media fulfills its duty to provide honest, comprehensive reporting, not curated stories designed to protect vested interests. The public deserves nothing less.